RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 11, The More the Merrier has officially released. So let me break it down for you. So everyone in Mistral is heading down to go see Lionheart, and this time around, Leo just did not keep it together. Like before, he held a conversation, nothing was out of the ordinary, wasn't suspicious in the slightest. Come this episode, he's just all over the place. Isn't speaking clearly, eyes darting all over the place. What a mess, what happened, man? But Raven's bird form is no longer a viable undercover disguise anymore, leading to Yang and Crow to blow her cover. She tells everyone how it's impossible to beat Salem, and RWBY does one of her motivational speeches only to get hit with a fireball, revealing all the bad guys. The White Fang are planting bombs, Hazel blocks the door, and Jean gets all emotional against Cinder, leading to fights breaking out. Crow vs Raven, Jean vs Cinder, Emerald and RWBY, Yang and Mercury, Ren and Nora vs Hazel, and Weiss vs Vernal. The fights last the rest of the episode, but of course, not leaving us without a cliffhanger of Weiss getting impaled. Is Weiss gonna die? Highly doubt it. They didn't even kill Kali or Gira, two expendable characters in my opinion, let alone are they gonna kill one of the 4 letters of the show. It's the exact same thing with what happened last volume with Crow. All this is inevitably going to do is maybe put Weiss out of commission for the rest of the volume. All it's meant to do is evoke a reaction out of people. It did for me, but not in the sense of, oh no, Weiss is gonna die, I'm so worried for her safety. My reaction was just, why? Why's it gotta be Weiss? She's already been through enough shit already. She had to escape her dad who physically beat her and she had to run away from her own home. She was kidnapped and held hostage and now she's gotta get skewered. Stop it. That was the other thing though. I don't understand what Atom complex Cinder's got going on, but she doesn't have to kill everyone that Jean has faith in. With Atom, it at least makes some sense. He loves Blake. It's a crazy psychotic love, but love nonetheless. He doesn't want to kill her, but he'll kill all those she cares about. So it makes sense as to why Atom keeps Blake alive and harms others. But with Cinder, as she said herself, she doesn't even know Jean. The 2 characters prior to this episode never interacted. She has no reason to keep him alive to prove some point. She doesn't need to kill all the people Jean has faith and believes in. If anyone should have been skewered here, it was Jean. And even if she was still going to spear someone, shouldn't it have been RWBY? Cinder literally can't stop obsessing over her. And it's not because she didn't have an opening. Cinder had literally the best opportunity possible to attack RWBY, but no, we go with Weiss. RWBY's like the only main character to not have physical harm done to her. Weiss, as said, was smacked by her father, Blake was smacked and stabbed by Atom, Yang was amputated, RWBY, nothing, just all emotional stuff. Cinder was like, I could stab this person who is at point blank range who just tried to stab my face and I can guarantee myself a kill here, or I could kill the silver-eyed warrior who I hate so much with a passion and possesses a real threat, or I could go for a 23-foot javelin throw on a person I don't know and risk missing all of their vital organs and fail to kill them. I think I'll go with that one. Ugh, Cinder, you're such an idiot. Why is Atom the only villain who knows how to correctly villain? But that's just character decisions that I'm making fun of. I really only had 2 hiccups with this episode, and weirdly enough, it's not this episode's fault, and they're both pretty similar. And that was Jean and Oscar. The problem that stemmed from me with Oscar is he went from farm boy in volume 4 to I guess I'm here in this volume to taking on a headmaster. It's not the problem that he has progressed enough to do so, the problem is we never saw him progress. We only had 1 training scene this volume, and that's not enough to believe that he's progressed this much. But then you might argue, that's just his and Ozpin's souls merging, they're becoming one, he's learning how to fight from Ozpin's past experiences. But they made it point out that this is Oscar, not Ozpin. Once again, it's not the fact that he's here, it's that we never saw how he got here. All those unnecessary regurgitated info dumps that we got, I think could have been replaced with training scenes showing that Oscar is getting better at fighting, along with RWBY and Jean and stuff. What anime skips the training scenes? They're so important. But even if it really is, they're merging so he subconsciously knows how to fight because of Ozpin, there still should have been scenes where we see Oscar doing things that he wouldn't normally do, but Ozpin does. He subconsciously begins to act like Ozpin. We should have seen stuff like that if that is what's happening, so we better understand stuff like this in my opinion. And a similar hiccup with Jean as well. I do not believe Jean, for a second, could hold his own ground against Cinder in a one-on-one. Jean, I do believe, can be useful when it's a 4-on-1, as most of his fights have been. But in a one-on-one against Cinder, the person who killed Ozpin and Pyrrha, I'd have expected that fight to be an even easier fight than Adam versus Yang. It should have been like a sneeze and it was over. But then once again, you might argue that Cinder was weakened by Ruby's Silver Eyes. Her power isn't as it was back in Volume 3. But even still, without her maiden power, she was still capable of taking down Amber in the past. Cinder still seems miles beyond current Jean. And if Yang isn't the living embodiment of the message, emotions don't make you stronger, then I don't know what is. But once again, if Jean has reached this level of usefulness, that's not the problem. Show us that he's constantly training and getting better. Don't show us one scene of him practicing and have us assume that he's been keeping that up. Characters like Jean and Oscar need that constant training scenes because they're not as useful as the others. We need to see them progressively be getting better. Like, take for example Weiss. I think they did an okay job with her and her summoning. She tried, couldn't do it, but accidentally kind of did. Once again, tried, stroke of luck. Next time, complete accident, didn't try, and had no control. And finally, she nailed it. She hasn't mastered it like Winter, but we've seen her kind of progress at least, and I think it could have been done a bit better, but at least there was that on-screen progression. Like I said, it's not this episode's fault. However, something that I did think was going to happen, but I'm glad didn't, was Jean's semblance. I'm sure many people had the same thought as me that his semblance was going to activate here, but I'm so glad it didn't because it would have been the exact same reveal as with Ruby's Silver Eyes. Like, an overly emotional burst of power that comes from nowhere. They can only do that once, and they used it on Ruby's Silver Eyes. Jean's semblance cannot be the exact same reveal. So, glad that didn't happen. Yet. But aside from those two hiccups and just making fun of Cinder's decisions, it was a pretty good episode. It was entertaining all the way through, it kept me wanting more, and the story progressed, so it was a solid episode. Be sure to let me know what you guys thought of it down in the comments, and like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're interested in more content like this, follow me on all social medias, and I'll see you in the next video.